In this video, we're going to do a walkthrough of how to set up your own VPS on Hostinger. We will also create a WordPress website on that VPS. We will connect a domain name that we have already on Hostinger. And finally, we're going to show how to connect email to your website. So how to set up email on your server so that you can interact with customers who visit your website. So at the moment, Hostinger has this Black Friday sale, and this is probably the perfect time to pick up web hosting right now. I normally do it at this time every year because this is when the best promotions are, so make sure to take advantage of that. In this video, we're going to be using the KVM2 VPS. Now, we've done a couple of videos on this already, but I think it is a great option if you're hosting a sort of medium to large size website. And at the minute, you can see that we've got really good discounts because of the Black Friday sale. For just $7 a month, you get 2 terabytes of bandwidth, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 100 gigabytes of storage space, and 2 CPU cores. So this is a very good server. And it also comes with root access, so you can use SSH if you want to configure the server in any way yourself. And this all includes a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have that period of time to test it out and see if it's right for you. But you can see there's very good discounts already here at the checkout, and we also have a coupon code DavidB, which will give you an additional 10% off the total order price. So this is the best way to lock in the best price and get your hosting for a longer period of time if you want to do that. So make sure to use that code. I will include it in the description below too. Once you have created your account and signed into the dashboard, you will see something a bit like this. So I have a domain name and I have the VPS underneath. Now I have set this VPS up already, so it will look slightly different for you the first time around, but I will include a link to the first time I set this up. So on my screen, you will see that I can manage this server and configure it, but if you're just using this for the first time, it should say something like KVM2 here with a setup button on the right. But it will basically do the same thing, and we'll look at this right now. So if I click on the manage, this will take us into the section where I can change the operating system. Now you can see all of the details about my VPS here right now. But if I go to the OS and panel on the left side under settings, I can change the actual VPS software that's running on this VPS. So in this case, I'm going to use the applications on the right under the change your operating system section. We have a number of different options here, but I'm going to use WordPress for this video just to show how you can use that to set up your website. So let's click the Change OS button, and this will take a few minutes. It will gradually install the new software, but first of all, we'll get prompted to back up our files just to alert us that all of the server is going to be wiped. We'll also have to set a new root password for this server. So make sure to note this password down because we will need it at the next stage. This will start this little progress bar so we can see that the changes are in progress, and this will take a few minutes to complete, so I will cut the video here and come back a few minutes later. So after a few minutes, this has finished installing the new operating system, and one of the nice things about this one-click install for WordPress is that it comes with the Open Light Speed install, which is configured to run really fast, and you can see here that it uses the LS cache. And one of the things to point out here is that according to this, it runs 300 times faster than a regular install of WordPress. So there are some benefits to using this approach to installing WordPress on your VPS. So that's good to know that this is all configured to run our site as fast as possible. So let's click on the Overview tab on the left, and I'll click the little icon beside our IP address, and we'll open this in a new tab. This is a quick start guide. I'm going to click this link, and it will tell us how to set up WordPress. Now I'm going to do most of this on screen, so you don't really need this, but there is a section here for Hostinger which you can click. It just talks about the one-click install, but we've already done this part. We need to jump to part 2, step 2, which is to SSH into our server and configure the domain name and configure our SSL certificates and things like that. And it's actually quite easy to do because the whole thing is set up for us in advance. So I'm going to hop over to Terminal. If you're on Windows, you can use an alternative like PuTTY or a different client to access SSH. But in this video, we'll use Terminal on Mac. So I'm going to SSH with the root username, and we will use the alias tag followed by our IP address, and then it will prompt us for the password. So this is a password when we set up the server. So if you've noted that down, you'll want to enter that password here to access your SSH. Once we are into SSH, we get automatically prompted for our domain name. So this happens automatically. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that the domain name is actually pointing to this server before we enter it here. Otherwise, it won't be able to connect with that domain. So I'm going to hop back over to my Hostinger account, and this time I'm going to copy the address again for our IP, and I'm going to go to the the domain section, and I'm going to open up the domain name that I have, and I will go to the DNS/name servers section on the left. So this will allow us to add a new record. So I'm going to add an A record which will point to our IP address of the server. So we'll just paste its IP address, and we'll leave this as the alias. So that means that is the top level of the domain. You can just leave that as it is. But you can scroll down to make sure that there isn't an A record here ready for that alias tag. So if there is, you would want to update it instead of adding a new one. But we don't have one right now, so I'm adding a new one. So let's click the add record button, and within a couple of minutes this will be recognized. I think it's pretty much instant. And we can confirm that this step is working by copying the address of our domain and opening a new tab. Now we're automatically pointed to this WordPress install page. So it is getting pointed to this server. So I'm going to take that address now and go back to our terminal, and we'll paste that in, and we'll verify that this is correct. And we also want to set up Let's Encrypt. So this is for our SSL, so I'm going to add the yes to that. And this will create our SSL for both the www and the non version also. Now we can enter our email address, and we'll just verify that our email is correct. And now it is creating the certificates for our domain, and that has been completed. We can force the HTTPS, and I think since we have the certificate, it makes sense to do that. So I'm going to say yes to this. And then finally, we get the option to update our system. This will update the web server as well. Let's say yes to that. So this has been completed. There is one thing I noticed here, which is it says that the domain setup, this is a shell file. It could not be found. I don't think it's that important, to be honest, because we'll have our domain pointing to our VPS, and we have already seen that install page for WordPress. So I don't think this is that important right now. But what we can also do is find the access files for our password, for our database, for our Lightspeed, and those are located under the user directory. So I'm just going to list all of the files here, even the hidden ones. You can see we've got this .db password, .lightspeed password. Those are there if you need to access those passwords, but for the most case you don't need to do that, but just letting you know that that exists. So you could output the value of that file directly to your terminal using the cat command, for example, just as a way to access those later if you need to do that. So now that we are finished with terminal, I will exit out of this SSH shell, and we'll go back to our website. You can see now that this is not secure at the moment, so I'm going to refresh the page just to show that this is working. So now that we have SSH set up, this should redirect to our secure version. So clicking this now, you'll see that the connection is secure. We've got the certificates all set up. You can confirm that those are valid, but this is now working with our SSH certificates, which is very nice. So let's go through the setup process for WordPress. We'll just enter the basic details here to get signed in to our admin account, and we'll just create an admin username and password and add the email address. So afterwards we'll click the install WordPress button, and now we are ready to log into our WordPress admin section. And so using those same details that we just created, let's enter those and click login. And this will take us to the dashboard of WordPress. And in here, then you can add your themes or plugins or do anything that you want to do to configure your site. So this is now all set up for us, which is really nice. We can also look at the front end of the site. It's just a very basic theme that comes installed with WordPress, but everything is working. Everything is there that we expect. So going back to the dashboard now, what I want to do is have a look at the emails. Now by default there is no email set up on your server, so you can add an email plan on Hostinger if that's where you want to do your emails. I think that's the easy way to do it. You can connect to Google Workspace to get using all of Google's tools via Hostinger. So that's the normal price of Google's email business suite. Or alternatively, you can use the business emails via Hostinger. So these are quite low cost, more affordable option. You can also save extra money by doing that for a longer period of time. So the best price is if you log in the 2-year plan, but this is an optional way to add email address for your website so you can communicate with your customers and make the most out of your server. So that about covers everything in our setup of this server. If you want to get your own VPS at Hostinger, make sure to use the coupon code DavidB at the checkout. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.